introductions and just wonderful, wonderful examples of body paragraphs. All right, so let's hit up the bottom two. All right, so let's start with our pink. Sometimes small failures along the way lead to life experiences. Okay, so with this topic sentence, we are looking at life experiences. Okay, and again, we're bringing up that prompt, failures. This paragraph's going to be about life experiences when it comes to failures. Green, for example. Okay, let's go with our purple, In the American Revolution, there were two clearly defined sides: the most powerful army in the world and a bunch of upstart farmers that were angry with taxes. Although it is worldly known that these farmers with guns did win America's independence, they didn't conquer in every battle. There were massacres, thousands of deaths, and a cold, dark winter spent at Valley Forge, but still, the American people fought on. Okay, so obviously we can already say that this example is historical. Okay, we're talking about history here. And the fact that during the American Revolution, you had these two sides. And obviously you have failure in wars. Okay, you have a couple of transition words in this sentence. Although is a good transition word we like to use. And then we have a couple of, we're going to say, transition words here. Okay. Then we're not done. In the end, the British had no choice but to surrender. Okay, so we make our point with our example. Then we go into our concluding sentence. Even though not every battle was won, these victories led to what is known as one of the most incredible achievements of Americans in this country's history. So our concluding sentence ties it up. What are we tying up? The fact that we did not win every battle. We're talking about victories, and it's one of our greatest achievements. This is life experience. War is life experience. Absolutely. Okay, great job supporting their point that they were trying to make. So let's go in with our red, higher vocabulary: independence, massacres, conquers, high vocabulary, absolutely, and surrender. Okay, so obviously this person definitely knew about some history. Okay, this is why learning things, paying attention to your surroundings, your current events, paying attention to history, even world geography, even though it's getting at you, it's very important because you can utilize those examples in your writing. And my goodness, what a difference that makes. Okay. All right, so let's look at our last body paragraph. Obviously, we're going pink. Failure teaches people valuable lessons that consist of repeatedly trying something for much needed improvements. Okay. Our topic sentence. We're looking at failure. Okay. And what does it do? It teaches valuable lessons. That's the point of this paragraph. Okay. That's the point that was in our thesis. All right, so then we need to go green for our transition word. For instance, okay, they use for example here. We're using for instance there. Then we go purple. Many are familiar with the genius superhero that goes by the name of Iron Man. In his movie, Tony Stark first uses his suit to escape captors, but later decides to put it to good use. The first prototype was clunky and not very efficient. While creating the model that he'd use to save the world, there were many problems. A few started fires, and others sent Tony crashing into concrete walls. It would have been easy to give up, but he was determined, and his determination was well worth it. Okay, so what kind of example is this? Obviously, it's a media example. Okay, meaning that he pulled from movie, okay, or TV show, but here he pulled from a movie, so we consider this a media example. Okay, great. Proves his point, does everything he needs it to do. Let's go back in with our red with some high vocabulary. We got genius, okay, not something we use all the time. We have prototype, Great use of the word. Efficient, perfect. Okay, determination. Huh? We have this idea that he uses that imagery, crashing into concrete walls. Okay, anytime you can use those literary devices again, you're really playing into exactly some original and unique, and let's amp those up. We want them to be great. All right, so let's go into our concluding sentence. As a result, Iron Man became one of the greatest superheroes of all time and saved the world constantly, which is certainly an awesome accomplishment. Okay, you may argue this point, but this person definitely stated it, and we're going red with accomplishment, that he was the greatest superhero. And of course, that's his opinion. We may not agree, but it still proves up his point, okay? That he learned some valuable lessons, not to give up, and that he was determined that if he wanted to become this superhero, he needed to make sure he got his prototype, his outfit correct, so that way he could save the world. These are 4 great body paragraphs. And they do everything you're supposed to. Topic sentence, transition words, example and support, transition word into your concluding sentence. I mean, great examples, historical, current events, history, movie. Those are those higher level examples. And this is the meat of your paper. This is where you get to be creative and unique. And this is where you need to make sure that you have all that support and those details that help make that paper